Hey everybody, it's Aubrey Adams. I have really great news to share with you. I'm like really giddy right now. But thanks to all the hard work of the organizations and the individuals that I network with, the MORE Act is dead. They are not going to vote on it on the House floor next week. I mean, this is awesome news for all the people that think this is inevitable. It is not inevitable. The facts and science are on our side. Our voices are rising, they're increasing, and it's because of all the hard work from all the organizations. Just to give you a little background, the MORE Act would have fully legalized marijuana with all potency forms, all candies, all vapes, all the shiny rubber ducky bongs, and all the stuff they use to attract children. And they spun it as a social justice issue. Oh my gosh. How they really think we're stupid. Tell me where the social justice is where you allow addiction for profit industry in communities, especially disadvantaged communities, that prey upon the children and the people there and make up all these false medical claims. I mean, seriously, if it's medicine, you need to prove it's medicine. You need to run it through the FDA. You need some animal trials and clinical trials before you start making claims. I mean, that's the way medicine, and medicine doesn't contain like heavy metals and pesticides and all that other toxic stuff that they can't get out of their products. So, sorry, you're not getting away with that anymore, and this is not inevitable. And this is not inevitable because of organizations like SAM, Smart Approach to Marijuana, like Parents Opposed to Pot, and Mom Strong, and many, many others, okay? You can go to learnaboutsam.org. You can find out all the facts and science. You can do that with Parents Opposed to Pot. It's poppot.org, poppot.org, Mom Strong with 2 S's, momsstrong.org. And soon you'll be able to go to this alliance that a few of us are developing here. And how cool is that? I get to work with these like great other moms, and we are developing Every Brain Matters, and it's a unifying alliance. It's going to be a cultural movement. We're going to have merchandise and stuff to give a positive message out there and know that, you know, this drug culture that's expanding is not cool. It's not okay. We're gonna decrease the demand for drugs. We're gonna take our country back. We're gonna do all kinds of fun stuff. So I just want to say a great thank you to those organizations, but I especially want to say to the families. Excuse me, my dogs are gonna bark. To the families, to the individuals that wrote letters, that picked up the phone, shared what happened to their families, really had that strength and that courage to do it. I'm your #1 fan, and my heart is with you, and I know what marijuana can do to a family. It destroys families. It destroys brains. It destroys individuals. And we just got an obituary of a young man that died in California from cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome. And it just shows you how toxic marijuana is. There's nothing safe. There's nothing safer about marijuana. It's all propaganda and lies from the predatory addiction for profit industry. So I just want to really thank those individuals and families that took the time to educate their Congress people about this. And I want to say that this was a big, big win. This was a big step, and this should be plastered all over every national news, global news, because it's not inevitable. But this industry is going to keep coming back, so we're going to keep building our alliance. We're going to keep educating the facts and science, because they don't have anything on their side. They really don't. You know, 20% of Colorado teens are using marijuana, and people don't think a big deal out of that. That's a lot of kids, and that's a conservative number. Half of those teens, 52% of those 20%, are now progressed to the high potency marijuana products produced by the marijuana industry. We're talking products that have THC levels up to 99% potency. This is just pure poison. And the industry calls it medicine. It's the biggest lie. It's a deception to the core. It's not medicine. And then they sell them in vapes to get a really fast delivery system to their brain. It's disgusting. It's unacceptable that we have allowed this to happen. And I invite you all to do your civic duty, to have the responsibility to stand up for the health and safety of our country, to stand up for the health and safety of our kids. And when we do that here in America, it sets an example. It sets an example for other countries that are being bombarded by this propaganda. And they will learn. We do not need this experience to go any longer. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people that really, really stood up. I just can't even tell you how grateful I am for you. So if you want to be part of a community that is nonpartisan, this pushback that happened, that stopped this vote, came from the Democratic Party. I am very grateful for all those people that did that. I am calling out all parties, Republican, Democrat, Independents, whoever you are. I don't care what skin color, what your politics are. This is a public health issue. Every single party should be on the side of public health and safety. We do not need to pump more drugs into our community and sacrifice our children. We do not need to sacrifice more fatalities on the road. Dr. Russ Kamer did a study where if marijuana is federally legalized, that's almost 7,000 more deaths on the road per year. You know how many people die from alcohol impaired driving? About 10,000. So you want to add another 7,000 people dying on the roads of America just so a few people can get rich off selling these drugs? No. We don't need to sacrifice those people. We don't need to increase the addiction problems. We don't need to increase the mental health problems. You know, marijuana is a foundation of addiction and mental illness. Addiction starts in the teen years. It really starts in the pediatric years. And they didn't start with meth. They didn't start with heroin. They started using alcohol and tobacco and marijuana. And now they're converting more to marijuana. And look at the homeless crisis we have. Look at the people suffering on the streets. Everybody's like, oh, that's mental illness. Yeah, it is mental illness. And yes, mental illness stems from trauma, all kinds of things. It can be genetic. But hands down, the number one drug that causes mental illness is marijuana. Marijuana causes psychosis and has the highest conversion rate to schizophrenia. Many of those people live in chronic psychosis, which is schizophrenia. Once their brains are broken, they can't process, make rational decisions. They reach for whatever drug's available to them that's cheap, that's going to give them even a bigger dopamine release. Meth and heroin give a bigger dopamine release than marijuana, and it's cheaper. And whatever's in front of them, whatever drug you put in front of them, they're going to go for because they're suffering. They're suffering, and they're trying to self-medicate. So people talk about the homeless crisis, and they want cures for that. You know what the best harm reduction, the best cure for the homeless crisis, the violence in our country, is drug prevention. Drug prevention. So I applaud all of you that took the time. We'll give you tasks at 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Follow our Think You Know campaign on Parents Opposed to Pot. We give you all the facts you need to combat the marijuana propaganda that's flooded our community. Our next one is Think You Know is marijuana medicine. We've done one on violence. We've done one comparing alcohol to marijuana, and you'll be shocked. You'll learn a lot. And if you want to help this issue, but you don't really want your voice to be involved, this is what I ask of you. I ask you to go to Parents Opposed to Pot right now, Mom Strong, like those pages, and share a post. Be bold, share a post. And if people want to argue with you and be contentious with you, you don't need to respond. They can read it, they can take it or leave it. You don't need to get in a big argument about it. But share it. Share the facts. Share the science. Smart Approach to Marijuana, which is learnaboutSam.org. They have great one-page facts. We can provide the information for you. We just need you to increase the voice. And if you're not willing to be like an active public voice, at least do it on social media. Let's combat this propaganda. more of the mainstream media is paying attention. We're very grateful for the people that are actually journalists that want to do a balanced view on this issue. So I'm giddy. I'm happy. I share the news with you today. Oh, and if you want to know, this is a very important fact that everybody should know too. The number one predictor for opioid use disorder is teen marijuana use. Thought we were supposed to be decreasing the opioid crisis. Look at all the families that have lost their loved ones. So the legality of a drug increases the harm. Legal drugs kill the most. We don't need to be doing this to our people. We need to be developing our people and letting them achieve their full potential. And so I just want to give a big thank you. I am very giddy today. I'm very happy. I need to get on a webinar that I'm going to learn more today from a man called Tall Cop here in Texas. And to the citizens of Texas, this is not inevitable. Don't roll over and show your bellies. Hold the line. You think this is coming to Texas? It will come to Texas if you're complacent and you have attitudes about, oh, there's nothing we can do. Oh yeah, look what we've done. And there's more to come. There's more to come. More education, more people standing up, more people working together. And I really hope, I mean, my impression of the state of Texas is that you don't mess with Texas. And some of the messages I've been getting lately from Texas people about, oh, it's inevitable, and oh, y'all, really? That's really Texas? I don't think so. That's not what I've been told. So I'm challenging you. Join our group, Citizens for a Safe and Healthy Texas, safehealthytexas.org, and we'll teach you. We'll rise up together and work as an alliance, and because we have the facts and science. So anyways, y'all have a great day. See, there's my Texas thing. I've been here a couple years. I'm still learning. Maybe they'll accept me somehow. And God bless America. Public health and safety, our children are much more important than the marijuana industry and somebody's ability to sell poison. So our children are better than drug money, right? So anyways, more act dead right now, but we need your help because they're going to keep coming back, and we need to build our alliance, and we need a stronger one. So we're holding that line. Take care, everybody. Bye.